Why are these people who are these beings that are down there like more open about it too? You know,
Well, that's coming down there making everywhere.
make it worse like it is up here. Yeah,
you know, make it like, hey, you got this garbage we'll bring down here with us.
You guys ruined up there. You're really down here.
Yeah, you idiots, stay up there. We don't want you to stay out of our house. It's like probably there's probably like a door somewhere, and they're like some old guy's like, you knock on it, he's like, what? Get away.
What's the password?
Yeah, and he slams it shut. That's probably what it is, right? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Mysterious Pals. My name's Chris, and we know that you have your options for mysteries these days, but we thank you very much for tuning into ours. Before we get into our mystery this week, I want to thank Jordan for being here and welcome him warmly to the show. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
For being here, for being a part of this. We're going to be talking about something super interesting this week. Probably, maybe. I think it was interesting. I don't know if you'll like it, but too bad you're listening. Turn us off if you don't like it. And hey, don't forget, we do have timestamps for all the different sections of the show. So if you don't like us talking to you without talking to the content, just hit the little bookmark thing there. Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Which probably won't be quick. Can you eat coleslaw?
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah. You know what bothers me? Sometimes you're like, I got a bone to pick with you. You know, you sometimes say
we're going to pick a bone together.
Yeah. I don't
bone pickers.
necessarily at you or with you. I don't like when I get coleslaw at a place.
Okay.
It comes in like a little ramekin. That's
a little bowl.
That's a little
industry talk.
Industry talk.
Yeah. You don't know. You don't need to know.
It's like, why that small of a portion?
It's just to put on your sandwich.
No, but no. It's not always with a sandwich. Like, you get it as a side. So you get like a bunch of fries.
Yeah.
This little tiny cup of coleslaw, and I hate that. Is there a shortage?
Why did you order it?
Because I like coleslaw. But every place I go to, they just give you a little tiny little thing of it. Like, well, I don't understand why.
Do you think they do that because they don't want the juices to get all over other junk?
But they give me a bigger bowl.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I don't know.
I never understood that. Like, most of the time, it just comes from a bag, anyways. It's like they're like,
you want the whole bag?
I know.
The whole garbage
bag? I'm not saying that. No garbage bag. I'm not saying that. Just like they're not. It's like they're prepping this. Most places, they're not usually like making this in the back. Just coming from a bag.
Not freshly making the coleslaw. No. It's all cabbage and stuff. Right?
Give me a.
Give you 2 Rammies.
Yeah, 2 Rammies.
Do you ever dump? I put on sandwiches.
Oh, it's great on sandwiches. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I also like sauerkraut though. Most people don't like that stuff. That is delicious.
It has this place.
Yeah, in my mouth. It's delicious. I'm the only one in this house that likes it though, so like we never get it.
Oh yeah, I can understand why people don't like it. It stinks.
No, it's good.
No, it's fine.
But like liver, whoa,
ooh, no,
barfies.
No, thank you.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's just like I probably haven't had it since I was a little kid. My parents made me eat it, so maybe that's just one of those things. Yeah, liver. Like liver and onions. You like liver and onions? In my brain, you're a monster.
That's
like you're eating people at that point. Like you just go away.
I think it's a very old
person thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that because it was like a cheap thing to get, you think? Or make?
I don't know. Or because old people are monsters? I don't know.
People are
They have no taste buds? I don't know. Like my parents made it like when I was a little kid, and they were always threatening me with it too. Like, we're gonna make a liver and onions, and I'm like, you're a monster.
But they actually made it for you.
I remember having it once or twice in my life and being like,
was
this
it a punishment?
Is horrible. Maybe. I did a lot of bad things. Maybe. I do remember when I was little and I didn't like green beans for some reason. Like now I love them.
Mm-hmm.
They're, especially raw ones, delicious.
Yeah.
I like a lot of raw stuff. Like raw potatoes, delicious. Anyway.
You like edamame? Isn't that just green beans?
I don't know. I don't even know what they are. Are they beans?
Yeah.
Are they like lima beans?
I just don't like that.
I know they're in the bluey.
Call it green beans and not be pretentious about it. Have a
well, not green beans though. Green beans are long ones.
Aren't right? Is that true?
Unless on edamame is when they take out the beans out of the sprout and the green beans.
No, you eat the whole thing.
I'm just saying.
You do edamame in the pod, or you do the beans by themselves.
Like peas in the pod?
Yeah.
Pea pods?
Couple of us. 2 peas in the pod.
2 pods and a pea. I don't know what you're
Oh,
talking
they're
about.
soybeans.
Yeah, dummy.
I'm embarrassed.
Anyway,
Coleslaw, bigger portions. Let's go.
do you think coleslaw would make liver and onions taste better? I hate onions.
You don't like onions?
I'll punch an onion. I hate onions.
I'll punch an
Hate them. Barf
Oh,
city.
Wow.
Like, I hate them in all forms. I mean, like, if they're cooked and I don't know surrender, they're fine. But once I see it, I'm like, barf. I just barf my dinner right back up.
You like onion rings?
No. Of course, again, I do not like onions. I know inside that ring, there's an onion.
Sure. Have you had an onion ring?
Most of them have dairy in them.
Right.
When I was growing up, though, I've had them. And I was like, this sucks. Get French fries. They're way better. Especially thick fries. Love like a steak fry.
Oh, those are good. You like waffle fries?
Yeah, they're delicious.
I don't like the like. I don't. Okay, let me try that again. I like waffle fries, but I don't like the ones that are like the butt ones. You know what I'm talking about? You get that like the fat.
The butt fries?
Yeah, there's like the end. You
I
can
don't
tell.
think you're eating the right fries. This is a family show.
The
Let's not
naked
talk about butt
fries?
fries.
But there's like you can tell it's the end of the potato.
Yeah.
That like
You want to throw them in. You
throw that.
rich American boy can just afford to throw away the butts of the potatoes because we don't eat them. Yeah, I get where you're coming from now.
I still eat them, but they're not my favorite part.
Okay.
There's too much potato
What?
taste with those. Again, timestamps.
You just go straight to the beginning. Why are you watching this? It's a waste of your time.
You know what I'm talking about?
Watch or listening.
You get those waffle fries. You can tell. Like,
I love potatoes in all forms though, so I'm like, great. Give me all butts.
okay.
So just start saving your butts, and I'll take them. your potato butts.
Hold on to your butts.
We should sell, like, instead of chips, it's potato butts. Mysterious butts. I don't know. Sour cream and onion.
Wait.
Oh wait,
Mm.
I can't eat it though. I can't have sour cream. So it's like that's like not the real thing. But I don't like Funyuns because I can't eat them because there's dairy in them. But onion rings, which are the
I just asked you if you like onion rings.
no. Shh. You're not listening to me. You're making your own narrative here. It's a problem with America today. We don't talk
They
to each
don't
other.
listen.
Yeah, we don't listen to each other. We just
talk at each other.
Yeah. No.
Oh, they're like
Off-brand Funyuns.
Yeah.
There's no dairy in those ones.
Okay.
But they're also not real onions in them. It's just a flavor.
onion flavor.
Kind of. I like those. I'm complicated.
That's weird, man.
Yeah. So this week we're talking about. Wait, did we solve your coleslaw issue?
Just give me more coleslaw.
If there's
I don't understand why they're hoarding it. Why are you hoarding the coleslaw, America?
Is there any coleslaw manufacturer that I want to sponsorships? Let us know. You can pay us in coleslaw and potatoes.
potato butts.
Potato butts and coleslaw. Just cut off the butts because Americans don't like the butts. I don't know. Anyway, can we finally get started here? You done?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yes.
This place sucks. Timestamps.
Starting
Thankfully, you made it right in here.
now.
Yeah, okay. So we're gonna talk about a place. And did you ever read The Giver?
No, I remember the book cover to it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never read it. No. Well, this kind of blows up my entire intro. Do you think there's anything beneath us?
Beneath us?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What could be down underneath the bottom, like in the earth? Do you
Oh,
think
in the earth.
Do you think there's like a hidden place, hidden cities, hidden towns,
Like a
hidden
hollow
worlds?
earth kind of thing?
Kind of, but not really.
Okay.
Talk about like a town. Like there'd be a city under the earth. You think that's possible? Talking about full people that never been to the surface, or
Oh, like mole people.
I don't know, smarter than us.
Smarter than us. Why are they living down there?
Look, man. Oh, it's cool.
I know cities have built on top of.
Other cities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of neat, but I don't think anyone's living down there. I mean, maybe. I don't
Well,
know.
see, my whole intro was predicated on a thing you read, The Giver.
What is the okay?
The Giver
Give me
is a
synopsis
book.
of The Giver.
Don't read.
Why would you bring it up then?
No, I did read The Giver in eighth grade. Yeah. And it's about a society that's did you ever see The Village?
Yeah.
M. Night
Yeah,
Shyamalan.
sure.
Shyamalan?
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan? Yeah.
Mhm.
So The Village is a utopian society, right? That's the idea behind it.
Yep.
Okay. The Giver is the same type of thing. About this kid becomes a giver, or he's going to become a giver because apparently in that society you can like, it's an advanced society or something.
What are they given?
The giver is like all the knowledge and he gives it, I think is how it went.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't remember off the top of my head. I probably can look it up with this thing that tells me everything I'd ever want to know. But from what I remember, because then there was a bad movie apparently a couple of years ago, like 10 years ago maybe, that apparently wasn't well received.
Okay.
And I remember like fast forwarding through that for some reason.
Yeah, I think I've seen a clip from that. Is Jeff Daniels in that?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why. There's a clip I've seen. I was like, what? Oh, this is like a, because I remember that book was like you said, you had to read it.
93 came out. Whoa.
With a
okay.
movie?
No, the book.
Oh, okay.
Dystopian novel. Okay. So everybody's the same. There's no emotional depth to anybody. I don't really remember all this. Again, because I was an 8th grade reading this, I couldn't understand the high bullcrap of literature. I don't know. So anyway, the Giver. Okay.
Okay. So
By utopian society.
Good.
Do you think it's possible there's a utopian society underneath the planet Earth?
no,
Inside the planet Earth.
no.
Okay.
I think it'd be cool.
Well, this is going to be tough for me because this jerk we're going to talk about has been a common theme in the last couple episodes of this show.
Wait, sorry. What was it?
This guy.
This guy. Okay. Voltaire.
No, but listen. In 1864, one of the earliest literary works to explore the idea of hidden civilizations beneath the Earth's surface was released. Do you have any idea what that book was?
1,000 Leagues.
Nope. Give me another one.
1864.
1864.
Talking.
Hidden civilization underneath the Earth. I think there's a movie with John C. Reilly and the Step Brother guys.
Mhm.
It's a movie about this.
What?
Yeah. Maybe like 10 years ago. Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Living underneath a rock?
I didn't see it. That's funny coming from you. Who's never seen most movies.
I didn't see the movie. I'm just saying there's a movie, there's a book that movie was based on. Okay, do you know who wrote that book?
Arthur C. Clarke.
Who's that? I don't know.
I don't know.
No.
Clearly, I don't know that. Who wrote the book? Wait. Herman Melville. Moby Dick.
No. Moby who? You wrote a book? That was a fish.
Wait, Herman Melville, did he write Moby Dick? Oh my goodness. This is
Wait, was
was
Moby Dick the fish?
the whale.
It was a whale.
The white whale.
So he wasn't writing the book. It wasn't the guy.
No, yeah.
Okay, well that was like Moby Dick by Moby Dick. It wasn't that? Okay. No.
Jules Verne.
Yes, for the love of God. Holy hell. It's like you haven't been here.
We got there.
Remember last episode when I talked about how I don't listen? This is exactly what I'm talking about.
I told you, I think I told you before, like it's like we're in a void. Whenever I come in here and leave, I don't remember anything we talked about.
Hear that, America? You don't care.
I care. It's just weird. It's different.
So Jules Verne wrote Journey to the Center of the Earth, a film. There's a bunch of films of it.
Was there a show? Was that Land of the Lost? I'm thinking.
I think it's
like kind of the same
you know
thing.
what?
That's the movie.
That's the movie with John C. Reilly. There was a movie though with Brendan Fraser. Yeah.
Okay.
So there was a movie. It just didn't have John C. Reilly and the other guy. What's the other guy's name?
Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. Wasn't those guys.
Yeah, let's Land of the Lost.
There's Journey of the Center of the Earth 2 with The Rock in 2008.
All right.
Apparently they made this movie a lot. Whoa, there's another version, Disney's Journey to the Center of the Earth 2023.
What?
Yeah, it's a Disney movie. There's a Nintendo DS game too, Journey to the Center of the Earth with Brendan Fraser.
All right.
So I guess there's Journey to the Center of the Earth and then Journey 2. So they had Brendan Fraser for the first one and then Rock was the second, was in the
I
follow-up.
see they did Journey 2. The 2 is where, you know what I'm saying, what they did there. Play on words there.
But this is Journey to the Mysterious Island.
Yeah. I think it's a neat concept or idea that there's like something underneath. Yeah, it's a hollow earth thing, right?
I mean, the whole Earth is going to be hollow. We're going to go into the hollow Earth theory eventually in a future episode because
Dude,
that's
I do want to do that. I think it's neat.
Weird pile of make that we don't want to get into. But look, there's a Disney movie came out last year. What to watch that first? Another something.
Yeah.
Looks terrible.
I didn't even know it came out.
Disney, that's weird. Okay, anyway, so Journey to the Center of Earth. Jules Verne. Though Jules Verne and his Joel Verne.
Not touching it.
Jules Verne.
Joel Verne.
Joel Verne.
Hey, Verne.
Though Verne's novel does not specifically mention the city we're going to talk about in today's episode, it popularized the idea in modern culture, not say modern culture, but popular culture, of a vast unexplored world beneath the Earth's crust. A theme that would reoccur in later stories about Agartha. So the legend of Agartha has captured the imagination of people across the world for centuries. So this is fueled by a belief of hidden knowledge, advanced civilizations, and the idea that there are mysterious worlds beneath our feet.
Kind of supposed to be like an Atlantis kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of these in the world, different cultures, but this one gets going some weird places. It's also like
I'm all for weird.
Yeah, but it's also like when we get to the end of this, you'll be like, oh, that's people suck. Like the people that made this stuff up are like, okay, now I see where they're going with it. Like it. Well, we'll get into it, but it
people
seems
drinking Kool-Aid kind of thing.
I don't know because it does go some crazy places, and I had to cut out a lot because this episode would have been like 35 hours long. But
oh, geez,
because it goes like this person said this person said that, then this person took this idea. That's the kind of thing we'll get into, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, Agartha refers to a legendary underground kingdom believed to be home to enlightened beings, often referred to as the Ascended Masters, who possesses advanced technology, spiritual wisdom far beyond the scope of ordinary humans. So it's a typical story that, like, obviously humans aren't that smart compared to
these things.
Other beings out there. Like, there has to be people smarter than us.
Right.
Which I'm not saying there isn't, especially us, but there's always other beings in the world that are, it's kind of like that, what's that movie? Eternals?
Land of the Lost.
Journey to the Center of the Lost. Eternals, like there's people outside just kind of watching and not going to help humanity type of thing. That whole concept. Is that what the Eternals did? What's the movie with the Eternals?
The Eternals.
But I mean, what's it about?
Oh, these godlike kind of characters who just play a role, usually watch society, but also kind of play a role in its advancements.
Said that.
For better or worse.
I just said that and you look at me like I'm crazy.
No, I was surprised that you even knew what that was.
I saw the trailers. I Googled some stuff. It's cool.
And you have something called the Watchers who just don't intervene at all. They just watch.
Yeah.
It's kind of perverts.
Who?
Kind of like pervy.
Are those real?
No. They just watch stuff and document everything.
I gotta write some letters to some people. Okay. So while Agartha is often linked to the hollow earth theory, which is a popular idea that the earth is hollow and can be accessed through entrances at the poles, the concept of subterranean worlds is much older and appears in mythology of numerous ancient cultures. So I think hollow earth is something, again, like I said, we're going to do in the future because it is just a whole nother mess of stuff, repeating things. It's just crazy.
Do you think most flat earthers would think their earth is hollow? Would that be possible with the flat earth theory? Do you think that? They already think the earth's flat. Why not just think it's hollow too? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's how hollow things work. They're not flat.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But
there's nothing underneath.
Right, but
there's nothing to be hollow.
They're also these are the people who think the earth is flat, so they're probably not too bright.
But like, if something's hollow, then it means that it's 3D. And I think on their theory that the earth is flat plane, so there's no container to be hollow.
Yeah.
Because if you say it's hollow, then you're admitting that it's not flat.
Not it may be flat, but not like thin. It can still have thin. It can still be like a little chunk.
You dig down like a foot and you just fall through to the
these weirdos. Agartha.
Well, they're not flatters.
Not flatters.
Yeah. Anyway, What was I saying? So from the Buddhist legend of Shambhala to the Greeks' Hades, civilizations have long speculated another world exists below the surface of their own.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah.
In modern times, Agartha has become a symbol of both mystical enlightenment and utopian hope. There's a couple words that are going to be come up later in this that I still don't fully understand when I look them up. And they're common words that people are like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Okay.
Like esoteric mysticism, or just esoteric, or mysticism, or how those are things, or why I don't know what they mean.
Okay.
It's like, again,
Is esoteric means it's like knowledge only known by a few people?
kind of, yeah.
Something like that.
Like, yeah, and then
Only a select few can know this.
Correct.
It sounds kind of douchey.
it's a real Voltaire word to say. If you ever, our history of Voltaire. Tear my brains out. I hate that guy. All right. So let's look at the origins of Agartha in ancient cultures, such as Tibetan Buddhism and the kingdom of Shambhala, which is what's closely related to this theory. In fact, when we get into like the history of it, you'll notice that like some people that are the main culprits for this theory were closely or tangled into this part of the world. Tibetan Buddhism,
Okay.
that area, Tibet and India, that type of thing. Agartha roots are often connected with the Buddhist tradition, particularly in the legend of Shambhala, a mythical kingdom said to be hidden in the Himalayan mountains. Shambhala is described as an ancient Tibetan text as a place of tranquility where enlightened beings live in harmony and spiritual perfection. It is believed that only those with pure heart and advanced spiritual understanding can enter Shambhala.
So nobody could get in.
Well, we can't get in, but some other people might. Though distinct, Shambhala and Agartha seem similar. Both are hidden realms where inhabitants are spiritually advanced, and both are seen as a utopian societies that represent the ideal way of life. That's why I brought up The Giver.
Okay.
Which then I was like, wait, I don't really think I remember The Giver when I brought it up. Some believe that Agartha is Shambhala, or that is one of the many hidden cities located throughout the Earth's inner layers.
So people that believe in Shambhala think it is in the earth? Or is that like a different like physical plane kind of thing?
That's something that I didn't get too deep into because it was like a huge rabbit hole. But
of course, yeah.
I think it's more that it's hidden in the Himalayas, but some of them may mean, is it hidden? Does that mean it's like in the mountains somewhere, like above mountains? Like, or is it like actually... Oh God, my whole life flashed before my eyes. Or is it actually in the mountains?
Right, okay.
Like under them.
Yeah.
Which, depending on your view, you could also think that maybe Shambhala is only found in mind. You know, that type of thing.
Shambhala was in you the whole time.
Gross. There are also Hindu references to a hidden land in Hindu mythology that provides a glimpse of Agartha-like realms. So one notable reference comes from the epic Mahabharata, which speaks of a place, a subterranean kingdom populated by the Nagas, which is a race of semi-divine serpent beings.
Serpent beings?
Yeah, the Nagas in World of Warcraft. You ever played that? Or the fish people. So similarly, the Puranic texts describe the existence of lokas, which are otherworldly realms or planes existence, some of which are believed to be located below the earth. These realms are often associated with underworld deities or demonic beings, and sometimes interpreted as parallel civilizations of advanced beings, much like Agartha. I don't keep stumbling over that. Agartha. Like Garth from Wayne's World. Yeah. Also, there are connections to ancient Egyptian and Mesopotamia underworld myths. The idea of a hidden subterranean civilization is not unique to the East. In ancient Egypt, the Duat was a realm of the dead located beneath the earth, where the souls of the deceased journeyed after death. Sounds terrifying.
Yep.
Similarly, the Mesopotamian mythology, the Sumerians believed in the underworld realm known as Kur, Aur,
Sure.
which was ruled by the goddess Ereshkigal. Sorry.
Rachel?
Sorry, Marians. This myth illustrates how deeply ingrained the idea of underground worlds are in human culture across millennia, culture, like it's across the world. In our history, tons of people, whether they're ancient cultures or modern, as we'll see, believe in this idea that there's something else down there.
Yeah, but that's all just mostly afterlife kind of stuff, isn't it?
No, just well, the Egyptians, Mesopotamians, yes.
Yeah.
But even like when we talk about the Greeks and Hades, then yes. But it doesn't mean, I guess, like the idea there's like you have to die to get to those places because.
No, and I think with Hades you don't have to because there's that whole lore of how the seasons change because someone went down, like Hades kidnapped this woman, and someone went down to get her. I think someone to go down there to get it. But what happens is every time she's allowed back, she has to come back up for 6 months and then go back down for 6 months back with Hades. That's why the seasons change, apparently.
Gotcha. It's kind of like the Naklavi.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think someone so she's not dead, but she's down there with.
Yeah. Well,
Hades.
same. I mean, people can go to see Zeus, though, right?
Right. Yeah.
Mortals.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing with a lot of these are just like humans can go in and out. Even with like if you're talking about Dante's Inferno, is about
right. Yeah.
What's his name going down there?
Dante.
No, who's the guy? Virgil was the guy I was thinking of. Yeah, Virgil wasn't the real guy. He was telling him what to do. I only played the video game. I don't really know. Okay, so moving on. There are some ancient Western myths of the underworld, such as the Greco-Roman underworld of Hades, which we just talked about. There are plenty of stories in that. We just went over it. Like, there's plenty of stories about that. There are also Celtic, not the Boston Celtics. The Celtic and Norse myths. In Celtic mythology, there are references to the otherworld, which is a mystical realm that could be accessed through certain sacred sites or portals, which I think is what kind of the Outlander shows.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of based on that you can travel between worlds. In Norse mythology, there speaks of Svartalheim. I think that's how you say it.
Sure.
Sorry, Norse mythology. Which is a subterranean world inhabited by dwarfs and other beings. Svartalheim.
Where's another being?
That's what it says. No, don't shoot the big guy over here. These myths contribute to the idea of hidden worlds existing parallel to our own world, accessible only by those the right knowledge or under the specific conditions. Which kind of sounds like what?
You gotta be a pure of heart.
Nope.
Get down there.
Recent episode.
The conditions. Good man.
Jules Verne? No. What about the Dutchman's Mine?
Oh, right. Yeah,
specific conditions to get in there.
Yep.
But we're not talking about that. Just thought it was interesting because the next little section here is about Native American folklore and hollow earth theories related to that.
Okay.
Native American legends also contain elements of the echoes of the myth of Agartha. Several tribes, including the Hopi, which was New Mexico, like they're from the American Southwest, I believe, especially around like the Grand Canyon area, speak of ancient ancestors emerging from within the earth. According to their mythology, the ancestors once lived underground in the world they called the Sapaipu, before they surfaced to inhabit the current world. The story resonates with the idea Agartha is a hidden sacred place beneath the Earth's surface. So here is many different cultures across the entire planet. Because I didn't really go into more of like China, that area. But
there's a belief of some kind of subterranean.
Yeah. From in our just recent discussion here, from Tibet all the way across through Native American lands.
Yeah.
These
It's a common theme,
right.
kind of, which is interesting.
These cross-cultural references of a subterranean world suggest the concept of Agartha, which, shaped by modern esoteric thoughts, thumbs up, here we go, is rooted by ancient human belief systems that span across continents. So, as I look through this stuff,
it reminds me kind of like I know we brought this up before, like a lot of these ancient cultures, there's a great flood that happens.
Yeah.
I think we should do some of that at some point, but it's kind of like the same kind of thing, like different kind of maybe outcomes or different reasons why, but
they interpret it differently.
Yeah, but there's something very similar there, which I think is neat.
Yeah, because you think of like we talked about mermaids. Yeah. That one episode.
Oh, yeah.
Episode about mermaids.
Right.
Where there's like
all over. There's something about them all over the world.
Correct. Even in the smallest parts of the world, they talk about mermaids. All right. Now that we kind of went through like the ancient stories about Agartha, we're going to talk about Agartha and esotericism and occultism. This is where it jumps into like, we jump from like ancient stuff to 1800 stuff. Yeah. We're gonna mention Hollow Earth. Don't worry. I know you're excited, but we'll get there. But the idea of Agartha, like specifically Agartha, this specific town, city under the ground, comes from like, it kind of stems from three guys. And I had to like go through and like look at these, the basic story, but then it kind of morphs from these three guys into, which are just kind of working off each other, to this other stuff, which we'll go into. So the first one in the list here is Louis Jacquelot. Oh yeah. Was 1837 to 1890. That's when he was living. Okay, so he's a French writer, judge, and explorer.
French writer, judge, and explorer.
Right. He just was
Renaissance
living a dream here in the 1800s.
I don't understand how people. Do you think they're just saying, "Oh yeah, I write"?
Yeah, of course.
Or actually, they were like.
Yes, that's what people do all the time with everything. Think about
like those are very weird. Three weird titles to have: writer, judge, and explorer.
Well, if his job as a judge, and then he's like, "I'm gonna go out and explore this weekend."
Because
like he was stationed.
What do you think this guy was actually exploring? He's just like going down the road, like, "Oh look, I found this rock."
When we get to his
all right, Chris,
his like resume here, or what? You gonna just throw him over the board already? Mr. Judgy Judgerson over there. Is that your job? Is that what your career? Judging people, exploring my friends' house.
Remember my in our bedroom growing up, our parents, or probably my mom, did this. They got what our names mean, like biblically. I think Jordan was the judge. It might have been my brother, actually.
What? You're like his like judge and your jury.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put that on my resume. I'm a judge.
Well, exactly.
And I write.
I guess because, well, first off, people rely on resumes all the time. Second, like
it just seems like people back then were much more well rounded, as far as like doing.
Or is it the people that write that are biographers are like, well, we got to make this guy sound good, because there's, again, we've said this. I think I said this before.
You got a little fluff to it.
Yeah, you got to fluff it up, like. You can fluff it, like, instead of giving you a ramekin of this guy's life, we're going to give you a whole bowl, right? But like,
this guy invented coleslaw.
Yeah, the slaw-yander.
Slawmongerer.
There's a big difference between like what I think I do, what I say I do, and what I actually do. Like the saying. So like, it's probably one of those. Like, this guy thought he did all these things, but he kind of actually did this.
He probably thought he was a writer. He's probably just a judge.
He wrote stuff down. He's like, I write. You know, like we write. Like
I sign my name. I'm a writer. All right.
I use pencils, right, to write stuff on paper. Nerd. All right. So
I use a quill that makes me a writer.
Jacqueliet. I guess I say it. Jacquelio.
Say his first name.
Luis. Well, what he was doing was okay. So again, going back to his like roles, how you rudely interrupted me. This guy was. He played a very specific role in his role as a writer, judge, and explorer.
Where did he find the time?
So he was stationed, like he was sent to India.
Oh wow!
Like he was assigned to India as like a judge, like a person over there helping, like as part, like representing the French government, king at that time, I believe.
Colonization, probably.
So he. Again, played a role in shaping Western conceptions of ancient hidden civilizations, particularly through his exploration of Hindu and Sanskrit texts. So he did a lot of research with Zodiac. He was probably bored as hell. Because, again, there's no TV or video games. So what are you going to do?
Explore.
Can't watch Netflix.
Judge.
Right.
Yeah.
So he does not explicitly mention Agartha, but his works heavily influence later occultists and other esoteric thinkers, which I don't know how they're going to go together somehow, which we'll get into. And these are the ones who developed the Agartha myth. Okay. He spent time in India as a colonial magistrate. So during this time, he became fascinated with Indian religious and philosophical traditions, which his contributions to Western understanding of Eastern mysticism and his fascination with ancient wisdom made him an important precursor to the modern Agartha myth.
So Shambhala's a thing there, right? I would assume. Right. So he's the one introducing what you're saying, the idea of something under the earth civilization to the Western world.
Correct. He's kind of like taking what's going on with the beliefs in India
to the Europeans.
Correct. But he's not mentioning Agartha.
Okay.
So his exploration of ancient Indian texts also helped him understand other lost civilizations, particularly Lemuria, which we've mentioned in the past, which is supposedly we'll do an episode in the future of some type of continent in the middle of the Pacific.
Yeah.
Because lemurs.
It was a bridge.
They thought because lemurs were on like one side of the Pacific and on the other.
And they ended up in.
Yeah.
I started reading that. It sounded really fascinating, but then they get into like really weird, kind of like spiritual mysticism kind of stuff like you're getting into. And I was like, oh, that's not expecting that.
Yeah. When I was reading all this stuff and like trying to piece this all together, and I was like, it was getting into all that. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I was just like rolling my eyes like that. But it's kind of, I think it's neat though.
It's neat, but also very like, it's like taped together crazy. So like, it's like an abomination of a thing. Like, cause you're like, what actually is true? Because there's so much stuff that's like,
right. Yeah.
You're trying to figure out like, where do I go here? Like, cause it's so confusing. That's probably why.
You're like Charlie on the old.
Yeah. Like I have lines everywhere.
The string.
And I'm like in the middle of class and the kids are like, what the hell are you doing? Can you teach us anything this year? God. It's like the third week of school and we've learned nothing because you have tape and wires everywhere.
You keep talking about Agartha, man.
Yeah. And take a shower.
Yeah, come here, learn some stuff today.
Yeah. So this guy, Jekule, is also joined in this like kind of, I don't know. There's 3 guys. Anyway, the second one is Gerard and Casse. And he is a prominent French occultist and physician, which is, I was like, boom, like, why wouldn't you put physician first?
Yeah. Lead with that.
Yeah. Maybe I just wrote it down wrong. Anyway, who played a significant role in the development of modern Western esotericism. While Nkasse himself did not directly discuss the concept of Agartha, his esoteric ideas and influence on the occult circles helped lay the groundwork for later occultist and spiritualist thinkers who would elaborate on Agartha myth. So him and Jacques or Louis influenced this other guy. And this guy is named Alexandre Saint. Some other stuff I can't say. His name's pretty long. Who Saint Yves de Alandre? We'll just say Alexandre.
Alexandre, yeah.
And I'm sorry to the family out there who may be around still. But all the people I looked up and tried to pronounce this name didn't give me good. They were all different, so I don't want to say one of them wrong. As we do. So both of those 2 first guys influenced this guy, Alexandre. Both of these guys influence Alexandre, who is widely recognized as the first person to publicly mention Agartha as a hidden subterranean kingdom, and he is crucial to the development of the modern myth that we still know today.
His fault.
Right. His esoteric writings, particularly in the book Mission de Entente in Europe, the Mission of India in Europe, which is the book he wrote, published in 1910, introduced the idea of Agartha to the Western audiences.
Was he the one that named? I guess he named it?
He's widely recognized as the first to mention it. But also Agartha is like known as other things. So I guess it was kind of mentioned in ancient texts.
Okay.
and he kind of just carried it forward. From what again, this is like ancient to like modern occultism. Like it's like kind of weird. It's like a lot of bridges you're trying to figure out how they connect. So Alexandre introduced this book in 1910, which is called The Mission of India to Europe. In Europe, he describes Agartha as a vast underground empire inhabited by enlightened beings with advanced spiritual knowledge and technology. According to his account, Agartha was located beneath the Earth's surface and was highly advanced society that had preserved the ancient wisdom of humanity, which is always a weird thing to say. Like, humans were really good at surviving. But doesn't mean there's some ancient wisdom that was saved to save the future.
Right.
Like, that's what always confuses me and enrages me.
Yeah, like God forbid we learn how to do it on our own. We had to get help from some outside source.
Yeah, it's like the people of Earth, like humans did not just figure things out on their own.
Yep.
Or that there were advanced people that figured it out already and then they left and hung out somewhere else, not to help other people.
Right.
Yeah.
We're too stupid to figure it out.
We're too stupid to follow those people and be like, hey, man, tell us how you did that.
Yeah.
Can we get a light bulb? You ever see that episode of like Family Guy whenever, who's the guy, like about the guy that invented the light bulb? Name?
Edison.
So it's Edison. He's living across from like a frontier town. And he's like, hey, Edison, we're freezing over here. Can you, like, it's so dark.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, man, sorry. How do you think I feel? I have to look at your dark house. Sad house. And he slams the door. Yeah. Again, all of our knowledge of anything comes from Family Guy. I
haven't watched that show in a long time. It was great.
It's still going.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get back to something people are here to listen to.
On a tangent, sorry.
I make that one guy mad. Left us a thing. So anyway, Agartha was located underneath the Earth's surface, as I mentioned. Alexandre claimed that Agartha had a perfect social and political order based on synarchy.
Synarchy?
Synarchy.
Okay. Which
is a form of government that emphasized cooperation, spiritual leadership, and unity, which he believed was superior to democracy or authoritarianism. Authoritarianism? Say it. Authoritarianism? Authoritarianism.
Oh, crap. No, I can't.
Authoritarianism.
Yes, there you go.
Authoritarianism. 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 So, synarchy is supposedly better than that.
Of course it is.
Right. The rulers of Agartha. Yes. The rulers of Agartha are said to guide the world from behind the scenes. We heard that a couple minutes ago when I mentioned I saw the commercial for the Eternals. Helping humanity spiritually and socially through their tracks through the world.
Does this guy have a lead mask?
Not yet. In his writings, Alexandre depicted Agartha as a utopian kingdom with vast libraries containing all the knowledge of the world dating back to the origins of humanity. Again, why? What's the point of that?
Did you say how these people, are these people that live down there, does he go into, are they aliens? Are they a race of people that were here before humans were?
Great question. I didn't go that deep.
Okay.
Because, again,
it's a rabbit hole.
He has an entire book on it.
Yeah.
But I think it also stems from a lot of the teachings in India and Buddhism and Hinduism and stuff like that. So kind of amalgamation of that stuff that he puts together. Okay. And so I think if you go back to that, and there was stories about that. I don't know if I go into them. I can't remember because there's kind of long. Goes into that of like what was down there.
Thing was kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Again, Alexandre claimed his knowledge of Agartha come from interactions with Indian spiritual teachers. So we go from Luis to Alexandre to Gerard. Yeah. So actually, Gerard.
Gerard was the third guy, right?
He influenced Alexandre. So it goes from
Louise, Gerard, Alexandre.
Yes. Yeah. And actually, I think Gerard actually republished and edited Alexandre's book or something. I can't remember how it goes. Or maybe it was that he did it for Jacques. Anyway, what we get into now is something you believe you talked about before. Theosophy?
Oh, yeah. There was that. What was that?
The lead mask.
Yes.
So Theosophy and the teachings of Madame Blavatsky.
I think she had something to do. No, she had something to do with
Lead masks.
the lead mask.
Theosophy.
And I think Count Saint Germain.
Really?
Yeah, I think
But she's from like 19th century.
Yeah.
In New York.
Oh, New York. I thought she was like Russian for some.
She was from Russia, but she was living in New York.
Yeah, she had something to do with Count Saint Germain.
Oh, okay. Weird. Wrapping us all back around here.
Full circle.
The most significant the most significant influence of the modern understanding of Agartha comes from Theosophy, which is an esoteric spiritual movement funded by Helena Blavatsky in the late 19th century. She was highly influenced by Alexandre's work. Blavatsky's teachings integrated Eastern and Western religious concepts and emphasized the existence of hidden masters, enlightened beings who guide humanity's special evolution from secret locations, including subterranean realms like Agartha.
Apparently, she said Count Saint Germain was one of those people.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That's where he's from. He's not a liar. Yeah.
And there's I think I mentioned this in the episode too, maybe, but there's a supposed picture that she took with him. This Count Saint Germain. Yeah. He should have been dead already for a month.
Yeah. I'm sure. Like a great, real reliable source.
Sure. Yeah, that's her. Okay, sorry.
That's her.
Yeah, that's take it.
The Blavatsky claimed that Agartha and its spiritual counterpart, Shambhala, was inhabited by the ascended masters, as I said before, who held the key to ancient wisdom. Theosophy popularized the idea of Agartha as a real place and it could be accessed through spiritual enlightenment and secret knowledge, and it remains a foundation concept in New Age spiritualism.
I don't have a problem with that, but when it's saying that only a certain few people have this knowledge, that power thing, it seems like she's like, oh, I might be one of these. So say, I'm not sure if she says she's one of these people, but like, I have that knowledge. That power thing becomes, you see, that becoming manipulative to like people who are trying to like,
of course, cults.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. It's kind of like, I don't.
Okay, well, sorry.
I just closed the laptop. Like,
well,
that bothers me when I leave. I don't like it.
This whole thing bothers me. You bother me. You bother me. I bother me. Well,
I'm glad you brought this one up because I was like, you came up during this Saint Germain thing, and I wanted to look more into her. So that's kind of cool. You,
Blavatsky.
Yeah, just I think sounds like an interesting person.
Yeah, she sounds great. Real killer person. So Renee Guénon, who is a French metaphysician, further developed the idea of Agartha in his work, The King of the World, published in 1927.
Metaphysician?
His metaphysical writings. So metaphysician, I don't know what that is. I didn't look that up because I just realized, like, what the hell is that?
He does healing on a different astral plane for the mind's eye.
Oh yeah, we talk about that. I don't know what the hell it is.
Oh yeah, we talked about it. I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
We didn't come to a conclusion on that.
Yeah, never figured out. No way to know.
Never know.
Metaphysics is the branch of philosophy that examines the basic structure of reality. It's often characterized as the first philosophy.
Oh, metaphysicist. I thought you said metaphysician.
Yeah, that's the person who does the metaphysics.
Oh.
That's how the English language works. Jesus Christ. This place sucks. I hate this. Every minute is torture.
Yeah. A physicist is different than a physician.
Correct. Just like your doctor's not a physicist.
Yeah. So, but he's a metaphysician?
That's what they say.
But he's not a metaphysicist.
No, those are two different things.
So what's a metaphysician then?
The guy that does metaphysical stuff.
That'd be metaphysical.
No. The person that does the metaphysical is the thing. Metaphysician is the person that does the metaphysical. Just like a physician.
Okay, so what is he doing? I don't understand. What's this guy doing?
A physicist and a physician are two different things.
Yeah, you're right. But he's a metaphysician, not a metaphysicist. What is being a physician to? A doctor to?
He's not a physician to anybody.
I thought he's a metaphysician.
Well, philosophy.
Okay. So want to be a metaphilosopher? Philosophist?
Look, do you think I know what the hell any of this means. Okay, what? I don't know.
Do you think it's rich?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell this guy's doing. The origin of metaphysics lies in antiquity. I mean, it's just a different name of saying this dude's got what he does.
this dude got what he does, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a metaphysics study of the most general features of reality.
That's physicist, not physician, though, right? He's a metaphysician.
What I said.
Yeah, but you keep talking about what a metaphysicist does, not a metaphysician.
I didn't say it's a metaphysical. Metaphysician is this guy.
Okay.
He's a metaphysical is a branch of philosophy.
Okay, sorry. Metaphysicians are interested in the relationship between free will and causal determinism.
Metaphysics is the whole thing.
Got it.
But we're not doing physics. Because physics is the study of how little, the things are put together.
Mm-hmm.
So metaphysics is understanding reality and how those things, probably in like the branch of those things. We're not working with like quarks and atoms here. We're working with lies here. I don't know, this guy, that's what he does. He lies about that crap.
So he's just a liar.
Yeah.
There you go.
Apparently metaphysician is a liar who cannot operate on you. So don't.
It cannot operate.
Thank you for taking us down that road. Words, right? How do they work? I don't know. So this guy, Rene,
yeah,
wrote this book called The King of the World, published in 1927, which describes Agartha as a center of the world's spiritual authority. And it's a place where the king of the world ruled over the ancient civilization that guided humanity from behind the scenes, which we went over. His work was deeply symbolic and portrayed Agartha as not merely a physical location, but a metaphor for spiritual wisdom and initiation. So his interpretation of Agartha, which is this Rene guy, was resonated with those who viewed the myth as part of a broader metaphysical landscape. I mean, he's not doing surgery on someone in this physical. He's not doing physics. It's metaphysical. It's not real.
Yeah.
It's a lie. Blending ancient tradition with esoteric thoughts.
Yeah.
So what we got here, though, these guys write books about this crap.
Yep.
And what happened was about this story. And what happened was there's a bunch of other people that were like, I'm going to go find this. Some other people did that. They actually went and like got money together and went and tried to find it. So there was a guy named Nicholas Roerich. And so he was a Russian mystic and artist, became one of the most famous modern seekers of Agartha or Shambhala. I think he might have been searching for Shambhala specifically or like on record. Roerich led expeditions through Central Asia where he claimed to have encountered evidence of a hidden kingdom. Like Blavatsky and Rene, Roerich believed that Agartha or Shambhala was the seat of spiritual authority on the earth, that it was inhabited by enlightened beings, like we said. His quest for Agartha captured the imagination of both spiritual seekers and conspiracy theorists, though. His accounts helped solidify the association between Agartha and the mysterious East, and his artist depictions of the kingdom remains iconic in esoteric circles. So he went out, searched for this stuff.
Someone funded this.
He went out and painted some stuff. That's what people, like he said, he found some. I mean, he probably found some caves.
Yeah.
He probably didn't follow them all the way down to the town, maybe. You think if these guys like actually found something like this, there's like so spiritually enlightened and so much more technology, they'd have like probably have like elevators, right?
Yeah, right. Or some other mode of transportation.
Right. You just don't even have to like just like teleport through the earth.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what those like things that go into the ocean as like UAPs are. Maybe that's what they are. They're going down to Agartha.
Maybe.
Not for me to know.
Is that what we're doing right now?
I'm just telling a story. I'm not making decisions for you.
Okay.
I believe in the metaphysical rule of free will.
Correct.
Turn us off. Don't do that.
Turn this off.
Agartha's role in occult and New Age movements is our next kind of thing we're going to look at here, because Agartha's status as a hidden kingdom of enlightened beings made it central to the themes in occultism and New Age spirituality, which we talked about Lemuria and the mountain in. We talk about the mountain in California.
Yeah. Well,
we mentioned it in the previous episode.
Yeah.
So like Lemuria and the Mount Shasta. Mount Shasta.
Yeah.
So like that whole like story between those two goes into like New Age movements of spiritualism and mysticism. Kind of plays a role in that. The idea of a hidden spiritual advanced civilization that can guide humanity toward enlightenment resonates with those seek alternative understandings of human spirituality and history. In the 20th century, New Age thinkers like Alice Bailey and David Spangler.
Spangler?
I don't know who those are.
Ghostbusters. Spangler.
Maybe. Incorporate Agartha into their teachings about the coming new age of spiritual awakening. In their view, Agartha was not a physical place, but a state of consciousness accessible to those undergo spiritual initiation and inner transformation. But I'm guessing it's like, give me $20, give me $100, and I'll show you how to get there. Okay, so all this leads to the hollow earth theory. Okay, we're not going to go into hollow earth, as I mentioned, but I want to just gloss over this. I'm going to shoot like through this, like real fast. Not really fast, but anyway. Early scientific attempts to prove a hollow earth, which would then prove Agartha could exist.
Physically exist, yeah.
Yes. The concept of this hollow earth, though, was not always regulated to mythology and fantasy. In early modern period, the idea of hollow earth was legitimately scientific hypothesis. And the most famous early proponent of this was Edmund Halley. You know who he is?
Did I?
Yeah, probably.
Edmund Halley?
Edmund Halley.
Halley's Comet?
Yeah, the guy who discovered Halley's Comet.
Was that the one that people were supposed to join?
That was the Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate, was that?
No, that was Hale-Bopp.
Bob.
So in the late 17th century, Halley proposed the Earth consisted of concentric spheres, each capable of supporting life. Kind of a cool, like, visual. He believed that the inner Earth might house an advanced civilization and suggested that auroras were caused by luminous gases escaping from these subterranean layers. The aurora borealis.
It's the swamp gases.
Yeah. Another one is John Cleves Sims and his Sims hole hypothesis. One of the most famous advocates for the hollow earth theory was American Army officer John Cleves Sims, who in early 19th century proposed that large hole in the North and South Pole. There was a large holes in North and South Pole and provide entrances to the inner world. Sims believed the hidden realm was home to advanced civilization and attempted to raise funds for an expedition located at the pole entrances, but he never did. He never got the money.
Wonder why.
Yeah. As hollow earth theories gained popularity, the concept of Agartha began to emerge with these scientific ideas. So as people said, like, hey, there's a town down there under the earth, they're like, yeah, it's Agartha. The myth of hidden subterranean civilization, when conceived as spiritual or technological, seemed increasingly plausible in light of theories suggesting the Earth could physically accommodate such a place. So as people start looking deeper into like how the Earth actually works, they're like, there could be tunnels down there. There could be big openings. Explorers, writers, and esoteric thinkers began to see Agartha as not just a metaphysical idea, but a literal underground kingdom that could be accessed by those brave enough to seek it. In the late 19th century and early 20th century, several explorers and adventurers claimed to have evidence of the hollow earth in Agartha. One of the most notable figures was Ferdinand Oceanowski, a Polish explorer.
Yeah.
Your homeland, your people, they're out there making changes in the world.
Mr. Ocean.
Yeah. He was a Polish explorer who chronicled his travels in Mongolia in his book Beasts, Men, and Gods, 1922. Okay, so this Polish guy, fine young gentleman, Ferdinand, reported hearing the hidden underground kingdom of Agartha, or Garthi, from local spiritual leaders in Mongolia. According to his account, Agartha was a vast subterranean empire that spanned beneath Asia and inhabited an advanced race that wielded powerful technology.
Did he? Remember when I was looking at the Lemuria thing too? Did he actually go down there? Claim he went down there?
Not from my records,
Okay,
but I think that's what the book's about.
Okay, because there's one where like the father and his son were like explorers, and I
didn't look too deep into it.
They went underground, and it was weird. Okay,
it was weird. You're trying to say it was not weird?
No, they met the people and like talked to them.
So it was like Dante's Inferno. Yeah. Okay. At this point, who else do you think will be interested in a magical place with ancient wisdom?
Well, there's one nut job that comes to mind.
Besides me.
Yeah. I feel like the Nazis have something to do with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fascist movements and the Hollow Earth theory. Unfortunately, the myth of Agartha and the Hollow Earth theory have also been co-opted by darker movements throughout history. During World War II, certain factions within the Nazi regime showed interest in the esoteric theories and included the Hollow Earth and specifically Agartha. Some believe the advanced beings of Agartha were the remnants of the ancient Aryan race.
Of course.
And the kingdom held the key to recovering lost knowledge. So, of course, it had to go this way.
Yeah.
While these beliefs were on the fringe of Nazi ideology, they show how myths like Agartha could be manipulated to serve political ends. Also, conspiracy theories become a part of the Agartha story because it kind of spawns this idea of secret governments, ancient terrestrial involvements in our governing bodies, and hidden knowledge that no one has access to.
Shadowy figures.
Right. Some conspiracy theorists believe that Agartha is home to the secret elite who control world events.
Illuminati.
Right. When others linked Agartha to UFO sightings and alien civilization.
I mean, I can see why, not see why, but like you were saying earlier, like people see like things coming out in and out of the ocean.
Yep.
What are they called now? UAPs?
UAPs. Unexplained aerial phenomena. Now, I can go into the idea here of like, I did have written down, like, I don't know if I think we're going to go a little long here. I don't want to go into how Agartha is actually not possible based on like the Hollow Earth theory. There's like, obviously, geology, seismology kind of refutes most of this. Like, hey man, we got tools to do that now.
Yeah.
That we can see what's down there.
Yeah.
And like something that big that you're explaining probably
would have been found.
Yeah. And like, then you have to like think about, like not only seismology and like how we
temperature be an issue too.
It's really cool down there.
Yeah.
I guess, well, deeper you go, the hotter it gets.
Sure,
so then, maybe they're cool. They're okay with that.
I mean, if they have the technology, they surely found a way to control that. They're already living down there.
So obviously, seismologists looked into this stuff and said, "Look, there's nothing like that. There's nothing that big down there that we haven't noticed." There are like, I think there, like I've heard like recently. I'm not, don't listen to me most of the time, but there's like oceans of water underneath the earth in some ways because like,
yeah, this would have to be underneath oceans, right?
Oh no, it could be under the mountains.
Yeah,
but like also the way our plates move around, like I found out recently how, and not found it recently. I kind of like looked more into it and saw a video on like specifically how why volcanoes work the way they do, and it was like super interesting. Oh, that makes total sense because there's this theory about the idea that the Earth is not floating on lava, like the plates, tectonic theory or the tectonic plates of the Earth. It's like the Earth actually just expands. Does
it ever stop?
I guess
expanding?
In the theory that was described, no, I guess. But like that's the way it just expands. I think there's a pretty prominent guy that kind of like talked about this in I think England. He was like a pretty prominent guy. Anyway, so like there's like theories about that, like the Earth just kind of goes like this, and they're like, well, how about mountains? And they're like, well, when the Earth's plates, like when the Earth's land gets stretched out, a piece gets kind of like pulled apart to make valleys or makes oceans, filled with water. They're like, where's the water at? But the idea is that there was no water on the Earth. It was like a ball. And when the Earth is pulled apart, pieces of it the continents break, and that causes the mountains goes like this. Stupid, I know. Anyway,
stupid.
I know. I saw I watched the entire thing like how this guy's an idiot. So basically, seismologists were like, no, it's not possible.
Okay,
we would have seen it. It's not possible. Okay, let's go into what are you thinking now? I want to ask you.
I would like something like this to be down there, physically be down there, but I don't believe it. No.
What are they talking about?
A metaphysical place, man. You just got to know how to get there.
How to hold them and fold them.
Yeah. Hold them and fold them, sure. Yeah.
One thing I noticed. Let's go into some theories.
Yeah.
You ready for that? Let's go into some theories.
No, let's do this.
One thing I noticed is that the story of Agartha has been twisted a bunch of times, and co-opted, torn apart.
Sure.
It's just kind of follows this waves of some guys that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
I am a doctor.
Takes it and runs with it.
Yeah. So Agartha continues to fascinate humans, even though there's a lot of evidence that it doesn't exist. But as we know, conspiracy theories and things like that, it doesn't matter. Science. Science says it doesn't exist, but also science is designed. The way science works is people are wrong all the time in science, and then they change when some other way of finding something comes up, they change it. That's how science works. So to say that it doesn't exist, more than likely it doesn't exist. But we always have that kind of thing in the back of our head where scientists are saying it's wrong, but science always change. Things in science change all the time.
Sure.
So despite that, the scientific proof that hollow earth or that the Agartha, a big void something that would house Agartha couldn't exist, unless it's some metaphysical thing where these aliens built this machine that's holding up the earth and hiding them, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't exist, but still continues to captivate people's imagination. One of the primary reasons for the enduring fascination with Agartha is the physical appeal of hidden worlds and utopian societies. Humans have dreamt of perfect civilizations, places where peace, wisdom, and harmony reign.
Yes.
It represents an ideal, which is offering a vision of a better world that just exists beyond our reach. This concept of a hidden realm also speaks to the human desire for mystery and adventure, as well as safety.
Better life. Yeah. No wars or anything like that.
Yeah, and it's kind of easy whenever, especially living through 1700s, 1800s in modern history, with all the wars and stuff. People, of course, are going to wish for that, explore for that.
Yeah.
Another thing that drives the story is mythological roots of the story.
Yeah.
So ancient civilizations and the underworld myths that from ancient civilizations about hidden realms beneath the earth, such as the Tibetan Buddhism, the Hindu texts, and Greek and Egyptian and Mesopotamian myths. These all serve to they serve as a misrepresentation of what could be.
Yeah.
So we had all this stuff from ancient cultures that are looked upon and studied upon a long time now. They had this ancient, because it's ancient, doesn't mean it's real or better. The theory is people say oh, this medicine came from ancient Chinese recipe. They're so?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's
better.
It
doesn't mean, right.
Do these ancient Chinese people that invented this have microscopes?
Yeah.
How do they know it would help me?
Right. I just want to get rid of my hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
Whatever works, guys.
Yeah. And get our ancient Chinese masters vitamins now. Only $75.99. Okay, so that is kind of the idea that, again, this theory based on the idea that because it's old and ancient and in scripts or in written down in ancient books and stuff, literature, then it must be true.
Right.
And it must exist. We just haven't discovered it.
Well, I mean, also the fact that it's not beholden to one culture or country. It's kind of
the Noah's flood.
Yeah. There's got to be, and that's the thing. Because of that, there's something there. There's something that all these people believe that, even though there's different interpretations of it, make you think. I understand why people there's got to be something there. All these people across the world think this. There's got to be something there.
And we're never going to see Jordan again because he's been hiking in the Himalayas looking for this place.
See you, suckers.
So another theory here is that because there have been funded expeditions, there have been claims by explorers. For centuries, people have been looking for this place, that there must be more than meets the eye when it comes to the world.
Yeah.
And because there has been so many people basically spending money and going out and looking for it, and at the same time, maybe uncovering other cities and stuff they found, like we talked about Getty last week.
Yeah, Getty.
And so they found that.
Right.
Why couldn't this be true? Like they're always finding these new places in Mexico or the Mayans and the rainforests, like with new technology. There must be other things out there. So why couldn't one of those lead down?
Why can't this be real? Yeah.
Yeah. So even today, Agartha resonates with those who believe that there is more reality than science can explain. So because there's so many people that have looked for this, they haven't found it. It's just because they haven't found it yet. Not because it doesn't exist, because they haven't found it yet.
Right.
Another theory here is the idea that esoteric and occult traditions feed this, and which were prominent in late 19th century.
Yeah.
As Blavatsky's Theosophical Society. I spelled that wrong. That's what doesn't make sense. Incorporated Eastern spirituality and esoteric concepts into their teachings. And we have other occult writers, such as Rene, that we talked about before, that they wrote about Agartha as a symbolic thing, but people turned it into a real thing, like a physical thing, instead of like this metaphysical or like spiritual place you can go in your mind, you can reach, that type of thing.
I wonder if those people who wrote about it being a metaphysical thing tried to stop people from being like, no, it's not physical, it's metaphysical. We're telling you it's metaphysical. Or do you think they just like they fed into that?
I guess you can't really go online and tell these guys like, hey,
That's
you're
true,
dumb.
yeah.
Like it's not like they're going on they're making YouTube videos. Like they're making a book and selling a book, and then the book gets out there and people can interpret however they want.
Right, yeah.
You can't correct them. He's not going around and be like, you're wrong, you're
wrong,
wrong, you're wrong.
Like, hey, by the way, that's not what I meant.
And let's go into, again, the conspiracy theory route, that this idea of Agartha has been propped up by conspiracy theories, such as UFO and extraterrestrial connections, so that these UFO, UAP sightings lead people to believe that Agartha or places like it could be real.
Yeah.
Because of how they move and stuff. And whether those are real or not, or,
Right.
And then also, this also feeds into the idea of secret knowledge, that conspiracy circles use Agartha as a link to theories of hidden elites. Secret. We mentioned that before. Some people believe Agartha is home to powerful hidden rulers who control the world.
They got to be somewhere doing that.
Right.
We're not in the middle of the earth.
So while the idea of a hidden world beneath the Earth's surface remains a compelling narrative in mythology and fiction, modern science leaves no room for physical existence of Agartha. Okay? The conditions within the Earth are simply too extreme, and the evidence for geology and seismology is too. But this idea has thrived for centuries.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon.
But people
Are going
scientists
away
are so clear that this isn't true, not possible. But there's always new things being discovered.
Right.
So,
but also I feel like also the scientists saying it's not true can also fuel the people who think it's true, being like, oh, you must be
paid off by it. Yeah. You're controlled.
Yeah, because they don't want anyone to know where this actually is, maybe, or
yeah, it's kind of the theory that, like, we heard a lot about this, like, different times throughout history, especially like during the pandemic stuff, where like you have these doctors, like these scientists controlling the narrative. And so like you have these people being like, well, just because you're a doctor, you can tell me what to do. You can't tell me what like, it's like that theory of like, because you went to college and you got a degree.
On this,
yeah. It doesn't mean you know everything. And so we're not going to believe you because you're in power, because you have, the ability to tell me.
Yeah.
Since you have the scientific evidence, that just means you're one of them.
Yeah, right. And
so that's the problem pops up with like some people will just never believe anybody, especially those in power.
Yeah.
If you have a college degree, they're not going to believe you. Why are you watching me? So what do you think this whole thing is based on? What is Agartha, and why has it been such a part of human history? Still people believe it.
Yeah, right.
There's people in America. There's probably a lot of people in America that believes that something like this exists.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's Agartha, Shambhala, or
Sure,
something.
yeah. And I think it goes back to how you started this whole thing. Like there's something cross-culturally, also across like different countries, different peoples, like there's something similar to the idea of Agartha. I think because of that, something that's endured for so long, like it's not just going to go, that idea is not going to go away. Now, Agartha's obviously maybe not necessarily the same as some of these other things, but it's very similar. I think you can't, like, if it's lasted that long, it's can easily just like, even though scientists are saying it can't be real, like that's not going to stop people from thinking something like this real. Also, the fact that some people are saying it's not physical, but more metaphysical, maybe a different realm, or like it's a matter of the mind or some religious belief.
Yeah.
Like you can't really tell someone that doesn't exist. Like if they're saying it's like a belief.
You can even like pin this on to like something like heaven in the Christian belief,
Sure,
Christian view of heaven, like world with higher beings and that has all the knowledge and stuff like.
Absolutely.
So you can really pin this on every spiritual belief in some way.
And also the idea that I think the fact that it's supposed to be wise people who have all the knowledge and it's supposed to be this utopia. Like it'd be one thing of like, oh, it sucks down there. Like no one's
too
gonna
hot.
It's a dystopian, not a utopian, like society. So I think the fact that like people always want, especially in like big times of like pandemics, wars and stuff, that people always want to have hope that like there's something better. Same with kind of heaven, kind of the idea of heaven. So maybe they're like someone out there has figured it out, matter of finding it, kind of thing.
Yeah,
being able to get in there.
I mean, there's like one
that's hard. Something like that's hard to like dismiss for some people.
Yes, and there was this one comedian, or who it was, but he was like I was always told in my life you can't go out and do like bad things because you're not going to make it to heaven. Like, possible they just made that up so kids would behave.
Yes,
and like
people
people would
do
behave.
bad things. Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's just. I think it was something that was twisted from ancient writings that was probably more than likely talking more of a metaphysical, like, hey, you can reach this
bliss, this nirvana,
just like heaven.
Yeah.
Like it's just some people want to profit from the idea of this story.
I think that's a big part of it too, is the profiting of it.
Especially in the 1800s.
Yeah.
You know, these guys in the 1800s and
These
later.
shamans and stuff like that.
Like, especially the fact that I think it's driven by the fact of the idea of ancient knowledge being better for humanity than those ancients aren't around anymore. So
what do they know?
Yeah, like
they ain't so smart now, are you?
They couldn't make it, so why, you know?
Dumb dead idiots.
Yeah. So I think it's more of like people profiting and manipulating others to profit based on a very loose understanding of an ancient text, of an ancient spiritual thing, specifically maybe in, you know, Hindu or Buddhism, things like that, of like a plane you can attain, but in your mind, like
spiritually. Yeah.
It's not physical, but maybe.
Right.
And I always thought, like, go back to this with a lot of like ancient texts too. It's like they were probably smart enough to be like, this actually doesn't exist. It's it's more of a, we're interpreting it as something that's real because our current day, everything is real.
Sure.
But like back then, they're like, no, of course this doesn't exist, you idiots. Or they're just messing with future humanity.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So
it'd be interesting to see, like, I don't know, possibly like to see when like the spikes in history, when the stuff takes off and like kind of dwindles. Like, is there like a global case that like pandemic or war going on, or like something going on, like specifically with Agartha, not necessarily these other religions, but I'm saying with Agartha itself, like when there's a spike when people start like getting more interested in it or start talking about it more.
Yeah.
Something globally related to that, or like, I don't know.
I mean, you have to think about it like, what's the idea of this new spiritual movement, which, you know, I support people do whatever the hell they want.
Sure, yeah.
You want to believe in this thing's great. Yeah. Just because I don't think it's real or because I believe in something different, I mean, I'm right.
Yeah.
But also, if it makes you happy, if it makes you feel more connected to the world, it makes you just not go out and beat someone up or like kill yourself or kill someone or do drugs. Like,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
If you believe in those things, great. Because that's important. Humanity, having something to believe in.
Yeah. It's the
Just
thing.
don't ruin someone else's day.
Yeah. And I think it's a neat idea that that there's something like that there, but like, why is it not more well known? Why can't I go there? Can I go there? If it's actual physical place?
Yeah, you can if you can find it.
Yeah, that's it. But also why are these people who are these beings that are down there like more open about it too, you know?
Well, that's come down there making everywhere.
Make it worse like it is up here, yeah.
Yeah, make it like, hey, you got these garbage we'll bring down here with us.
Yeah. You guys ruined up there. You're really down here.
Yeah, you idiots, stay up there. We don't want you to stay out of our house. It's like probably there's probably like a door somewhere, and they're like some old guy's like you knock on it, he's like, what? Get away.
What's the password?
Yeah, and he slams it shut. Yeah. That's probably what it is, right? Like someone's found it like years ago, but some old guy's just like, no, get the hell out of here. Yeah. It's probably like the dumbest place ever. It's probably like
maybe it's where that gold's at. I don't know.
That's what the gold he's talking about. Esoteric occultism. Gold. All right, Jordan.
All right, Chris.
It's a longer one, but again,
I enjoyed it.
Weird place to go. Thank you for tuning into the episode today. Please tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your family, tell everybody to listen. If you would like to see us while you're listening, you can catch us on YouTube. If you would rather just hear us instead of watching us, you can catch us on every platform for podcasts that you have or use. If you'd like to connect with us, we would really enjoy that. And that is through most social media stuff for the most part, right? And you can find the links in our show notes. You can also head over to mysteriouspals.com where you can find those links plus links to our email if you want to send us an email. You can also on mysteriouspals.com see the sources for all of our episodes. And we would love to hear from you if you want to send us an email about an episode, maybe a future episode, maybe some critique.
You have some suggestions, critiques.
Yeah, you can also put those in the comments for YouTube or otherwise. But did I get everything?
Who did our intro and outro?
Oh, holy crackers.
Holy Agartha.
Yeah. Oh my Gartha.
Oh my Gartha.
Our intro and outro song is performed by the band. We thank them for their contribution. The band is Bethlehem. You can find a link below to the SoundCloud. Please go buy their stuff. They are working on new stuff. We say every episode. It's been a year we've been saying that, so eventually it'll come out. But anyway, thank you, George, for being here.
Thanks, Chris.
And thank you all for being here. Please.
Yeah, if you know where Agartha is, tell me. See you there.
Again, it's one of those things like the Lost Dutchman's Mind. I just wouldn't tell you. Just live down on myself. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Same mysterious place, same mysterious time, same mysterious pals, same mysterious pals. Good night.
Bye.